Hello, my name is Ana Romero, and welcome to my action research. A little bit about me. I am a kindergarten two-way dual language teacher. I have been teaching for 3 years in kinder, and the subject that I love to teach the most is reading. I see students struggling to demonstrate proficiency on the ENIL and ERLA reading assessment because they are lacking skills in reading which are necessary to perform at grade level. This leads me to my action research. Research proposal. How can kindergarten students improve their reading skills? I would like to know, what are the current reading levels of kindergarten students? What are some effective reading strategies for kindergarten students? What are effective ways to keep students engaged in reading? Based on the findings of my research, I will conduct a study that will aim to improve reading skills of kindergarten students. Effective fundamental skills will be utilized during the scheduled reading block of 60 minutes. Reading assessment will be given one-on-one in Spanish and English. The goal is for students to show growth in reading skills after being engaged in explicit fundamental reading strategies. This will occur 4 days a week for 6 consecutive weeks. Those minutes are divided into 30 minutes Spanish instruction and 30 minutes of English instruction. An investigation will be conducted to measure the effectiveness of reading strategies within the fundamental skills toolkit and how effectively it keeps students engaged. Based on the findings of my research, the overall outcome is aimed to help improve reading comprehension skills and demonstrate reading skills knowledge. The strategies that will be used to achieve these goals are: stop and think, look for familiar parts in the word, try different sounds for the vowels, blend all the sounds, cover parts of the word, and combine syllables. The research will also focus on comprehension strategies such as read at a good pace, think what you read. All of this will lead students to show reading growth of at least one reading level after a period of 6 weeks. Students will also meet their set reading power goal every 2 weeks. Additionally, all students will become more engaged in reading and overall develop a love for reading. The teacher will study this by collecting qualitative data, such as teacher observation and one-on-one assessments. These one-on-one assessments will be done in the beginning of our research study and then again after the 6 weeks. The teacher will measure the success of the interventions by creating a matrix graphic organizer. This matrix will display a shift in reading levels. Based on my findings of my research, after assessing all students in the class, there was a 78% growth rate. By employing these processes and procedures, we can evaluate the validity and reliability of the data for our research project. It will enable us to make informed conclusions and recommendations based on trustworthy information. This can only be possible with the help of stakeholders. Stakeholders are essential and can significantly improve children's education. Every stakeholder in this study holds an important part. The teacher's role is to prepare mini lessons using the Fundamental Skills Toolkit, prepare learning activities and materials, facilitate the Spanish and English reading assessment using the ENIL and ERLA, collect, record, and analyze student data, group students into reading groups, 3 to 4 students in each group, teach reading strategies in small groups, conduct one-on-one conferencing, set reading power goals, prepare ERLA and ENIL home progress report. And after the 6 weeks, it is the teacher's duty to share research results with stakeholders. Paraprofessionals are also crucial in this study. They will be facilitating also the Spanish and English reading assessments along with the teachers. They will prepare learning activities and materials, implement reading strategies in small groups, and prepare reading books to take home in students' reading book bags. Students will actively engage in learning, actively engage in independent reading, actively participate in small groups with peers, and commit to reading 30 minutes a day at home. It is the parents' role to sign the contract that will be sending home. It is a signed contract stating that they will be reading with their child 30 minutes a day. They will have access to books online. They'll have to log on to Bookshelf to access the books and support their students in their reading power goals. Stakeholders will ensure that students receive a quality education. How are we going to do this? One-on-one assessments will be conducted in Spanish and English, 5 students a day, 4 days a week. To address reading deficiencies, the teacher will teach explicit fundamental reading skills. This will occur 15 minutes a day, 4 times a week for a period of 4 weeks. One-on-one conferencing will also occur, 5 to 6 students a day for 5 to 7 minutes, 4 days a week, Monday to Thursday, during the 4 consecutive weeks. Data will also be collected and recorded for 4 days a week for the 6 consecutive weeks. By following these steps, we can systematically investigate and refine our instructional practices to enhance students' reading skills abilities. Let's review our action research. The proposal focus is how can kindergarten students improve their reading skills? There are 3 questions that will help us investigate our proposal. The first question is, what are the current reading levels of kindergarten students? Second question, what are some effective reading strategies for kindergarten students? And the third question is, what are effective ways to keep students engaged in reading? This is a learning research, which means there is room for improvement and implementation. Together with stakeholders, we will address any challenges that arise promptly and maintain open lines of communication. This can guide future research and contribute to our overall body of knowledge. It is essential to remember that the goal is to grow as professionals and to foster an environment where students are demonstrating growth. Action research provides valuable insight and evidence-based strategies that can contribute to effective reading instruction. Thank you for your time, and I hope we can all be on board to put this research into action.